like a broom. The elephants in the room, feeling like MJ. I walk it out on the moon. These boys faster than Zoom. I'm floating like a balloon. I'm from the womb to the tomb. I'm repping the green room. Yeah.
What up, world? Welcome to the Green Room with Gippie Lee, and I'm your host who does the most, Gipstar, a.k.a. Gippie, a.k.a. Mojo, a.k.a. Cocky Bell Boy, a.k.a. you can call me whatever you want, but just don't call me Collect. Man, I'm back, and I'd like to thank all y'all for y'all patience and shit, you know what I'm saying, because I laid up there and took out for a month, you know, I had my reasons, and just to let me explain to y'all, you know what I'm saying, it's like, I had guests supposed to be appearing on the show, but they didn't show up. And you know, like, and I had kind of like things with family issues and all that. But anyway, we ain't gonna worry about that. All I know is I'm back and I'm ready to let the world have it. You know what I'm saying? Ready to blow with this shit and just do better. That's all. Just do better. You know what I'm saying? You did lessons to be learned and money is to be earned. Period. You know what I'm saying? But before we get into anything, y'all, y'all know what I'm about to see. Y'all know what I'm about to see. You did. Make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel. Gipstar ENT. GIPPSTAR ENT. You know what I'm saying? You digging. Ladies. Y'all already know what I'm about to see. Y'all already know, you know what I'm saying? You did. Goddess body, you know what I'm saying? You did. Go get your shapers. Go get your Fahis. Go get your waist trainers. Located at the Oakwood Shopping Center, you did. And y'all already know my phrase. If you got curves and you hot, Goddess body is the spot. Wardrobe provided by Tommy Hilfiger. Man, go get your garment, go get your accessories at any outlet, Hilfiger outlet located in the country. Matter of fact, the world, man. But I'm so hyped, I'm so tense with this shit, you dig? I'm ready to get started, man. I'm ready to get started. And by me ready to get started on my podcast, I like to say, how can I say this? I like to do some shout outs and I like to just get to some real shit right quick. Like, I don't have to please everybody. I'm going to get that shit started right there. I don't have to please everybody and I ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I had like a few cats I ran into and they got a podcast. I laid up there and told them to shout out my podcast. They were saying some shit about, man, we ain't doing that shit like that, man. We the only podcast, this and podcast that, you know what I'm saying? It's in one ear and out the other. But to let you know, I got the hottest podcast in New Orleans. So any motherfucker that live up there and hear this and see this, I'm letting y'all know. I got the hottest podcast in New Orleans. Yeah, I'm gonna get that fucking shit straight right there, you know what I'm saying? You dig? And I want to live up there and let people know too about they was looking at me what I had on. You dig? This so-called Philadelphia Eagles diehard fan, he got on Saint shit. Man, let me tell y'all something. You know what I'm saying? I represent the city of New Orleans. This is what I was born and fucking raised. Philadelphia, the Eagles, that's just my team. You know what I'm saying? Because one cat came up to me and said, have you been to Philly? I told him no. Straight up, I told him no. He said, well, how the fuck you gonna like a team and you ain't never been there? So I had to come back and tell him, how the fuck you like Chinese food and you ain't never been to China? Period. You know what I'm saying? And that make a good point. To shut a motherfucker up, I'll put them in their place. So however I see it. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just for the fashion, brothers. It's just for the fashion. But this to represent where I'm from, where I'm born and raised, the best city in the world, New Orleans, and New Orleans stand up. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not. You see me. I'm a fashion head. I'm a fashion head. Straight up, man. You probably see me with a Kansas City Chiefs jacket on. You probably see me with a Chicago Bulls jacket. You probably see me with a Lakers jacket. I wear it all. Straight up, I wear it all. Yeah. I wear it all, you know what I'm saying? From the fucking feet to the teeth. You dig? I'm going to be fresh. No matter how a motherfucker see it, and that's your opinion on how y'all see on what I wear. You know what I'm saying? But I wear it all. But here, one thing and no one thing. One thing for sure. I represent New Orleans. The city of New Orleans. Born and raised, you know what I'm saying? I'm here till I die. You know what I'm saying? I don't represent no motherfucking Philadelphia. I just like the team. I don't know nothing about no Philadelphia. If it's up to me, I see New Orleans is better than Philadelphia. We got the best rappers. You know what I'm saying? We got the best food. You did. We just got the best everything. The best festivals. Only thing about them, they just won a Super Bowl. You did. Shout out to the Eagles. And it's cold up there. But I don't think Philadelphia don't got nothing on New Orleans, so don't never get that shit twisted. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference between Philadelphia and the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I'm saying? I just like the team. Just like you like Chinese food, homie. You know what I'm saying? So let me get started with episode 8. You know what I'm saying? I know it lay up there and took me probably a month and a half to get back to what I was doing and shit like that. But this is episode 8, and we're going to come with more episodes and more guests, and we're going to come better than before. You know what I'm saying? Let me get back to the shit, you know what I'm saying? Because you know me. I'm Mr. I ain't buying it. You know me. If I ain't buying that shit, I ain't buying it. Yeah, straight up, I'm not buying it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell it how it is. You know what I'm saying? And my show is really based on, like, how can I say this? The Green Room with Gippie Lee is based on, I'm only talking because I was gone for a little minute. I'm only laying up there just speaking like this because I was gone. So, the Green Room with Gippie Lee is based on, like, the selective stories that I be seeing and shit. Like, you know, I be looking the shit up and all that, doing research and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Well, that would make me be doing my own solo podcast. Because, you know, like, if a person say they're going to come and then they don't show up, and then now it's a little money fee and all that shit there, you know, things change. So I got to lay up there and get my right on, you know what I'm saying, get there. Because, like, every show that I do, it's title scripted on, like, what I be seeing, like, whatever selective stories that I want to base my opinion on and shit like that, you know, because that's what I do. But when I do speak on it, it comes straight from the head. My opinions come straight from the dome. I don't read shit, you know what I'm saying? I only just read the stories that I be seeing, and I base my opinion on the shit, you know. But, like, don't worry, man, you know what I'm saying? The Green Room with Gippie Lee is going to be better. It's going to get bigger, and y'all going to see me at the iHeart Festival next year. Watch. You mark my fucking word. Episode 8, man. Let's get into this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Because fuck the fuck shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I can get deeper into that shit you did, but fuck the fuck shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into this shit, you know what I'm saying? I had to get into shit that I was reading like last week and to the present things right now, you know? So let me get into that shit. Like, Adam 22 has announced that No Jumper podcast is going broke after former employee filed a lawsuit. He's planning to lay off and sell the current studio. Wow. Damn. Man, he didn't fell off like that. The white boy fell off like that. Damn, what happened? Because I know, like, No Jumper inspired me. Not just No Jumper, Drink Champs. This guy named Elliot Love. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Elliot Love. Gilly and Wallow, that $1 million worth of game, club shit. All that shit inspired me to do podcasts, you know what I'm saying? And you falling off like that? Damn, what happened? Then they filed a lawsuit? Fuck you did. Damn. And then I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like your shit, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all shit came with some real West Coast drama. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, the West didn't really fall off. It was just Hidden Hills type shit, you know what I'm saying? But, damn. Damn, man. Nigga really falling off and shit like that. Damn. Man. That just be lessons learned, no, man. Put that money up. Cause that nigga built like a $4 million studio. And damn. You got that bitch up for sale. So, like, if I blow, man, I'm putting that money up. Straight up, man. I'm putting that money up. Man. Cause, like, once you get bigger, you probably need more. And you gotta pay people. But damn. When the checks stop rolling in, like, cause basically, Podcasters just really base it off like the most money podcasters probably get is like from YouTube first, then like the Spotify's, then the XMs, like with the audio shit. You know what I'm saying? But podcasting is like it's some work to do. It's some work to do. You know what I'm saying? You really got to put your money into this shit. You know, and then it got to be right. It really got to be right. You know what I'm saying? Because one of my partners, man, shout out to my partner, he out there in California and shit. You did. He wanted to do one like the live stream, but I was telling him and shit like I wanted like certain cameras on me and shit. Like you dig it? You know, I like to do my shit my way because I had my idea of the podcast. You know what I'm saying? You did. Not saying that he was doing the podcast because I was doing it and shit. You did. He probably had the thought before me and all that. You did, but it just came up into my mind because I like to edit. You know, I like to do videos. I like to do engineering with the music and shit. You know what I'm saying? I like to be behind the scenes with shit. You know what I'm saying? But now since I'm gonna be the star, which I am a star, I decided just to do podcasting. And you know, like when I was telling him and shit, like I like you know wanted like 2 cameras on me and shit. Like if we got 3 people, I wanted like 4 cameras, or like 2 people, 3 cameras. You know, but one person like you know camera. I just like no one camera at me and one camera at him and all that shit. There. So like in the background, I really have a team, like the video switching and shit like that. You know. So he was telling me about it. So you know, like that shit was going in and one end out the other. Shout out to homie though, you did, but there's no disrespect to him and shit. But like, yeah, man, this podcasting shit is something else, and it's hard. So you know, like I'm in the small part of it trying to get with it, you know, and like for Adam 22 to be saying that they going broke, man. So I wonder who he had to lay off and shit, like Whack 100, Brick Baby, and what the other dude name is Loose Cannon and shit. I was wondering if man, you know, I can't even say I ain't buying it on that one. I can't even say that, you know what I'm saying? You know, but shout out to No Joker. Hope they get this shit together, you know, so they can bounce back. Like Juvenile said, and things will turn out good. That's the way I see it. You know that, but I gotta move on for that one, you know what I'm saying? Damn, the white boy, financial problem, the white boy in the Trump administration? Damn, you know. NBA YoungBoy has officially been released from jail. He been released though. He been released on March 24th. My daughter's birthday. Shout out to my daughter Trinity. Shout out to my daughter Treasure. Shout out to my daughter Michael. Shout out to my son James. But he had an album. He had an album that was released Friday. I ain't get the head, you know what I'm saying. But homie gonna cut up. Homie is gonna cut up. You know what I'm saying. The way I see it, homie gonna cut up. You know what I'm saying? He gonna come out. He gonna be bigger than what he was before. And now that a lot of dudes going to jail, like Lil Durk, he in jail. Yellow Beezy, I think he on house arrest or some shit like that. You know, they talking about Gotti. He's being washed and shit. You did. They got Lil Baby being washed, so he gonna be like his shit is over with. You know. What is? I think his order Quando Rondo. I think he either in jail or he about to roll in that bitch. So he gonna be a star. My personal opinion, he's gonna be a fucking star. You know what I'm saying? All you motherfuckers gonna want him to hop on shit. He gonna be a star. You know what I'm saying? He about to eliminate y'all again. You know, especially the ones in jail like Lil Durk. Oh man. Oh man. You gonna wish he was in his shoes. Yeah, you gonna wish that. You know what I'm saying? But what do y'all think about Young Boy and Fred Joe Brain? Whatever his name is, you know what I'm saying? What about y'all think him doing the joint album? Y'all think that bitch would be hype or not? Me, I'm just asking because you know, I really don't listen to Young Boy or Fredo, you know what I'm saying? I really don't listen to both of them. I can't even live there and rap not one motherfucking song from him and shit. I'm like, I stick to one of who I like, you know what I'm saying? But certain songs that be popping like on the internet or radio or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? I can live there and vibe to it and shit like that, but I ain't no big time Baton Rouge listener, you know what I'm saying? You dig? Probably only one is Gates. And you dig? And not to change the subject, because I've been wanting to say this shit, you know what I'm saying, before I took like a little leave off the podcast. Who y'all think is the best rapper of Baton Rouge? Who y'all think, you know what I'm saying, you dig? Because the comments gonna be below, you know what I'm saying, when I ask this, you dig? So if y'all is looking at this, you know what I'm saying, make a comment is who is the best rapper Baton Rouge? To me, I think Gates, lyrically. Lyrically Gates. One cat told me Boosie, man, fuck no. Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? Now Boosie, like, he legendary and shit like that. Don't get me wrong, Boosie cool. Boosie cool. But lyrically, it's Gates. And then who comes second? That dude Mac Man. Main Music. Main Music. Those two right there. You know what I'm saying? And the other little guy, Tech. Them three right there, like they the three coldest ones lyrically. And the rest of them, they behind, you know what I'm saying? They talented, you know. But lyrically, Gates, Main Music, and that dude Tech. They the coldest street rapper. Boosie, now he legendary, you know what I'm saying? You dig? But like he ain't colder than them three. Fuck no. They'll kill him. Straight up, you dig? But Boosie cold. Don't get me wrong now. Even though I don't listen to Boosie that much and shit like that, you did, but Boosie is cool. You did, because not what I was saying, like not too many artists, rappers can make a blues album and a rap album. Not too many motherfuckers can do that. You know what I'm saying? You think French Montana can make a motherfucking blues album? Nah. You did, like, no, and matter of fact, he way from New York. You know what I'm saying? Like a southern rapper like Ross or even Webby, a nigga in his camp. You think Webby can make a motherfucking blues album? Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say Boosie cool. But lyrically, Gates. You know what I'm saying? If they have a versus battle, Gates will kill him. Straight up. Gates will smash him. You know what I'm saying? And when people look at this podcast, they gonna say, shit, Gippie losing his fucking mind. He losing. No, indeed, no. Who's a killer boy? Not to me. Not to me. And for that one, if y'all do say that, I ain't buying it. But what I say, my opinion about who the coldest rapper in Baton Rouge is, Gates, I'm buying that. Yeah. I'm buying that. For sure. Really buying that one now. Real fucking shit though, you did. And let me move on from that though, you know. Let me move on from that, you did, because I got some shit to say about this little chick I'm about to call out, you know what I'm saying? Ruby Rose. Ruby Rose says she needs $5 million a year just to date her. Bitch, you crazy? You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking, I'm not disrespecting her by calling her a bitch or nothing and all that, you know? I'm just talking the New Orleans way. Bitch, you crazy? So that's like $60 million a year just to keep up with you. I don't see it. $5 million oh, I'm tripping. I see 60 million. That's like, damn. Man, how can I say it? $5 million a year? Man, that's like almost $2 million a quarter. No, I'm wrong again. I'm wrong again with this question. But no, anyway. $5 million a year just to keep up with you? Fuck no. Bitch, you crazy. And this some real shit right there. This some real shit right there. You know, y'all don't see that? Ladies, y'all don't see that? She done sold her soul for money. If it takes somebody $5 million a year to keep up with her, you know, baby, you the Instagram model and all that. I ain't knocking you on what you are and all that, you know what I'm saying? But if it takes money for a man to keep you happy, you done sold your fucking soul for money? No, I don't see that, baby. And that's too much. That's too much. You know what I'm saying? You dig? I don't see your pussy that good for 5 mil. Man, 5 mil. I really want to see 10 to 12 years, a motherfucker to be with you, that'll be 60 mil. Because I'm pretty sure if a motherfucker is willing to spend 5 million on you, Ruby Rose, you gonna stay with that motherfucker as long as you can. You can't break up with him. He'll break up with you. But at the same time, he'll be a damn fool for 5 million just to mess with you. No, baby. No. Not disrespecting you or nothing, Ruby Rose, but they got better women that'll have less of the simple things in life to keep them happy. But 5 million, man, you done told me in so many words, you done sold your soul for the riches. How can you live there and wanna so basically you ain't saying you don't want no broke nigga at all. You know what I'm saying? You dig like $1 million nigga is a broke nigga to you. A $2 million nigga is a broke nigga. You do money is money. You know what I'm saying? You know, more or less, you know, but 5 mil, I can't damn. 5 mil? No, bitch. You can't get no 5 mil. You did? I ain't buying it. And I ain't buying you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't buying you. You did. That's buying you. 5 million fucking dollars? Nah, man, bitch, you ain't that. You gotta be the prettiest woman in the fucking world. Man. But is you willing to live there and spend 5 million on a man if he made that statement? Fuck no. Yeah, you just told me that you sold your soul for riches. The fuck out of here, you know what I'm saying? I got to move on from that one up, baby. I really have to move on from that one. You did. Pat McAfee is being sued by Mary Kate Cornett for the alleged lie that was told on ESPN, The Pat McAfee Show. It was a lie, yeah, it was. But he was only saying, I guess, what he was told. I don't think he was just trying to blast you or something on some bullshit, but maybe he was. You know you motherfuckers, man, you dead. Y'all motherfuckers try to say anything sarcastically just to get away with it. If you don't catch it, shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if you were saying it sarcastically or not, you know what I'm saying? But my opinion is to Mary Kate Cornett, I think he was saying that on the show because I think he was told that. You know, and he just said it and then basically it was a lie. You know? But ain't Pat McAfee was a fucking kicker or some shit for the Colts. And he got the hottest show on ESPN. Wow, a kicker. A fucking kicker. You know what I'm saying? You know, but she gonna come out big. Because ESPN probably settled with her. You know, ESPN is with Disney. And she probably come out big for that. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucking lie gets her paid. And she ain't even had to bust it open. Shout out to Mary Kate Cornett. You know what I'm saying? From not busting it open, and she about to get motherfucking paid. Straight up, you know what I'm saying? Straight up. You dig? Yeah, straight up. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm kind of enjoying myself on my podcast because it feels good to be back. It really do. It really feels good to be back. You know, like one of my associate producers, T, shout out to my associate producer T. He was telling me, man, why is you bullshitting? You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about that shit, man. Get back to the plan that you started. You started by yourself. So in that bitch by yourself. And shout out to my brother T. You did. You right. You really right. You know what I'm saying? You did. And we gonna have guests. We gonna have guests coming real soon. You know what I'm saying? You did. We gonna have guests like Money Mike Willis probably. You know what I'm saying? You did. Cause he have a busy schedule and shit like that. You did. But he ain't gonna let me down. You did. Don't let me down, Mike. Telling don't let me down. You know what I'm saying? We probably got my son coming. Couple of cats out the Ivy. You know, ordinary people. We ain't got these celebrities and all that. We just ordinary people just telling our stories from being locked up situations and everything. But not to live there and turn off the subject of Pat McAfee. But yeah, damn. ESPN's about to cough up some fucking bread. You know, and he's still on there, you know. He's still on the show. You know, so guess my thing is, He was only saying what he was told. And I'll move on from that when you did. But I'm buying that, Mary Kate. You about to come out with some paper. Yeah. The NCAA tournament was aired tonight. And I watched the whole thing before I did my podcast. And Florida did it again. These bitches came back 4 straight times in the tournament. Back to back, from the Sweet 16 to the Elite 8 to the Final Four to the championship. They was all down. All these 4 games they was down by halftime. They was down by halftime. And it just came back and won the game, you know what I'm saying? But shouts out to Houston. You know what I'm saying? Because my brother TD, he was going on for Houston and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? He was telling me that when I was looking at him, I'm like, damn, that nigga TD laid up there and really called out. But I'm like, you can't take the fight out, you know, the running reptiles. That's what I'm going to call them. Shout out to the Florida Gators, a.k.a. the running reptiles. Because they ran the ball and they did their thing. They ran up and down the court and they did their thing. You know what I'm saying? They was getting dunked on and they was doing some dunking too. But they came out winners. They really came out winners, you know what I'm saying? But I wonder who's going to lay up there and win that bitch next year. I wonder who's going to win that bitch next year. But to all my football fans, is y'all ready for the draft? Is y'all ready for the draft? You know, do y'all think the Saints, you know what I'm saying? Do y'all think the Saints gonna get Shador? But nah, nah, you did. I just said that just to be saying it. One ear out the other because by the time y'all get the pick, he's not gonna be on the board. And I think y'all know that. He probably be a Giant. Straight up. They got the 3rd pick. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But if he was gonna go to the Giants or the Saints, my personal opinion can turn into facts when it comes to sports. I don't think he was going to start anyway. You're not going to go up there in New York and start over Russell. No, you're not about to start over the experience. That coach in New York is not going to let that happen. I don't give a fuck who your dad is. Straight up. And if you would have came down here to the Saints, because they got 2 young quarterbacks behind Derek Carr. One was a rookie last year, and one was a rookie a year before that. Haney and Spencer Rattler. I don't think you're gonna start over no Derek Carr either. He's more experienced than Shador too. But you never know. You never know what goes on in training camp. But I don't think Shador Sanders will be a starter this year. No. You gotta no. Because it's either the Giants or the Saints. Because everybody really got their pick and all that, you know. But I can't really see the Giants or the Saints. Because if the Giants slip up and don't get them, I guarantee a team gonna get him like a Cleveland. Now he'll start there, but it's a slim chance that he's not gonna be in Cleveland. Nah, hell no. But he's not gonna start. Straight up, he's not gonna start. I don't give a fuck. If he go to the Giants or the Saints, he's not gonna start. Not over no Derek Carr and not over no Russell Wilson. Nah, not over that. Nah. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying they're just too experienced. You know what I'm saying? Both of them been to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Derek Carr went to the playoffs, you did, but that's being experienced. This dude never stepped on the field yet. They live there and say he can take Derek Carr's spot, Shador Sanders. And Russell Wilson been to the Super Bowl twice. Early in his career, you know what I'm saying? Even though he's an old vet and all that, but I don't see the coach from New York letting Shador start over no Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston. You dig? And I think Jameis Winston came there to beat a backup. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Do I think Travis Hunter? That's another one. Do I think Travis Hunter gonna be a two-way player in the NFL? No. If he do, he's not gonna play a lot on offense. No, he probably get like 10 plays. You know what I'm saying? Selective plays. You did not even that. You did. You really think he gonna be doing 125 plays like he was doing in college on a fucking Tyreek Hill? On somebody like Jamal Chase? On somebody like Justin Jefferson? Hell no. You know, even on Mike Evans. You know what I'm saying? Because personally, Travis Hunter, y'all gotta put him on y'all best receiver to see if he's that test. Because they gonna test him. Best believe it. So is he a two-way starter in that league? I don't know. But I just can't see him doing no 40, 50 plays on offense and getting on no defense, checking the best receivers in the world. Somebody like Cooper Kupp. Somebody like Worthy for Kansas City Chiefs. DeAndre Hopkins. She. They gonna wear a little young man down, man. You know what I'm saying? He a young bull, you know what I'm saying? You did, but he ain't no Geronimo. Fuck no. Bodacious or something, whatever his fucking name was. Whatever the bull name was. He a young bull, but he ain't no Bodacious. No. If y'all know who a Bodacious was, that was the world's toughest bull. You did? Yes, I said it. Travis Hunter is a young bull, but he is not no Bodacious. Because he gonna have a test if he don't play on offense. If he just go straight to cornerback, oh man, he's gonna get tested. He's gonna get tested. Yes, indeed, man. He's gonna be tested. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm buying that, no, I'm not buying that one. You know what I'm saying? Because if he go two ways the whole season, man, they probably threw about 30 fucking touchdowns on him. Two touchdowns apiece a game. 2 touchdowns a game, like over 30 touchdowns on Travis Hunter. And that's my opinion. But if you play him just one way, you probably do something. Straight up. You probably do something, you know what I'm saying? And let me get to this last question, because I had this one on my mind and about this high school kid named Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony was accused of fatally stabbing another high school teammate, a high school football star, Austin Metcalf. But his father said he was not the aggressor. And he wasn't. That dude was a bully. That dude was a fucking bully. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, Carmelo Anthony probably was scared. You know what I'm saying? And by he being scared, you know what I'm saying? A scary person will kill you. Straight up. You being too much of a bully and all that shit there, you know what I'm saying? And this man stabbed you, know what I'm saying? He stabbed you out of fear. You dig? And a scary person will kill you. That's just my opinion. If he not the aggressor. If they say he not the aggressor and he stabbed him, you know what I'm saying? He stabbed him out of fear. And my personal opinion is like the situation, because we all been through situations like that when they had a fucking bully and the dude came back, he hurt him, either killed him or he hurt him. You know what I'm saying? From being that bully. You know what I'm saying? And to me, when you lay up there and be a bully, a person coming back out of fear, again, a scary person will kill you. So his football dreams is down the drain from being a bully, and his dreams is down the drain. You know what I'm saying? Because they figured that he should have went to somebody instead of, I guess, being this so-called aggressor and pulling out this weapon and stabbing him. Nah, man, you can't be no fucking bully, man. Straight up. Being a bully, you know what I'm saying? Fuck. Look, the example was there. You know? Straight up, man. And I'd like to thank y'all for tuning into episode 8 and dealing with me and all that you did. Tune into episode 9, you know what I'm saying? Into the green room with Gippie Lee. And I'll be back for episode 9, like I said. Y'all holla.
Sweep it up like a broom, the elephants in the room. Feeling like MJ, I walk it out on the moon. These boys faster than Zoom, I'm floating like a balloon. I'm from the womb to the tomb, I'm repping the green room, yeah.